Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are very excited to have you all present here today. At Eloquence, we have a democracy of our own. Our shows are run of the kids, by the kids, and for the kids. Which is why I, Anam Sheikh, am very proud to be standing here before you as a student of Eloquence for the past 9 years and your host for today's show. At Eloquent, being trained in speech, drama, and communication skills can help your child in developing a great personality, a high level of self confidence, a good command over the language, and also good oratory skills. At Eloquence, along with annual performances, we give our students a lot of exposure by sending them for debates, MUNs, and also Trinity College of London exams. For today's show, we are going to showcase our talent through stories. You may ask, why stories? Stories help inculcate good morals in us and help us to develop great speech techniques in us, like facial expressions, good voice modulations, and a clear and expressive style of communication that will help us for our future. At Eloquence, we believe that stage is equal to fun, not fright, and the fact that our children are overcoming their fears is another feather in their cap. Before we begin, here's a disclaimer: Eloquent style. There is no resemblance to any characters, living or dead. And if you see anyone on stage who you find familiar, it is surely your own child. Please, control yourself. Do not wave at your children while they're on stage. It distracts them. We specifically ask them to look at Maryam during the show. Facing an esteemed audience such as yourself is not a piece of cake. Please do not look for perfection, but instead, please look at the hard work that we have put in to deliver today's performance. We recommend that you look directly at your child and not through a screen. Rest assured, we have a hired professional capturing these moments. It is a humble request that you be present in the moment and disconnect from the outside world by putting your phones on silent. If you want to drink water or make water, please wait until after the show. Please be a fabulous audience. Smile and clap for your children. It encourages them. So let's practice. Thank you. So, without further ado, let's begin our show. Eloquence presents Maryam and the Munchkins.
Hello everyone, my name is Anika Kenjale and the name of my story is What in the World Were You Smuggling? Nasruddin the smuggler was leading a donkey carrying bundles of straw across the border and a border inspector spotted him. The inspector said, "Halt! What is your business here?" "I am an honest smuggler," replied Nasruddin. "Oh, really?" said the inspector. "Well, let me search those bundles. If I find something, you have to pay a border fee." "Do as you wish," Nasruddin replied, "but you will not find anything in those bundles." The inspector searched intensively but could not find a single thing. The annoyed inspector said, "I suppose you managed to get one by me today. You may pass the border." The next day, Nasruddin once again came to the border, and the inspector thought, "I'll get him for sure this time." The inspector searched the bundles of straw, Nasruddin's clothing, and even the donkey's harness, but once again he came up empty-handed and had to let Nasruddin pass. This same pattern continued for several years, and every day Nasruddin wore more and more extravagant clothing and jewelry, which indicated he was getting wealthier. Eventually, the inspector retired, but even in retirement, he wondered about Nasruddin. "I should have checked that donkey's mouth and donkey's rectum," he thought to himself. Then one day he spotted Nasruddin in a crowd. "Hey!" the inspector said. I know you. You are that man who came to my border every day for all those years with a donkey carrying straw. Please, my friend, I have always wondered what you were smuggling. Just between you and me, you must tell me. I must know. What in the world were you smuggling for all those years? Nasruddin simply replied, donkeys. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and my story for today is God's gift. One rainy day, Mullah Nasruddin was sitting inside his house and watching drops falling on the roofs of the neighboring houses. His neighbor Salman was running for shelter. Hey Salman, why may I ask, are you running? Enquired the Mullah. Salman was annoyed at being stopped. Getting thoroughly drenched, he replied, You are supposed to be a wise man. I am running because it's raining and I didn't want to get wet. How can you say that? Admonished Nasruddin. Rain is God's gift to all the living things on this planet. It is meant to be received and enjoyed, not to run away from. Salman felt bad that he had committed a sin. As he walked back home, apologizing to the Lord, the mullah chuckled to himself. A few days later, Salman was shocked to see Nasruddin charging for shelter from the rain. He hollered, Nasruddin, why are you running? I am running because rain is God's gift and I don't want to step on it, replied the mullah. And the poor neighbor stared open-mouthed as the mullah disappeared into his house. Thank you.
Hello parents, my name is Shaurya Nahar and my story is The Brahmin and the Crooks. One day, a Brahmin went to a village to collect a gift from a rich landlord. He carried the gift, a fat and healthy goat. 3 hungry crooks crossed his path and decided to trick the Brahmin and steal the goat from him. The first crook stopped the Brahmin and said, Oh my God, you are a respected priest. Why are you carrying a dog on your shoulders? The Brahmin lost his temper. You stupid fool! Can't you see it's a goat and not a dog? The Brahmin continued to walk. After a few minutes, the second crook stopped the Brahmin and said, Oh my God, you are a respected Brahmin. Why are you carrying a dead calf on your shoulders? It's not a goat. It's not a dead calf, yelled the Brahmin. It is a live and healthy goat. You stupid fool. What is wrong with everyone? The world has gone mad. Just then, the second crow stopped the Brahmin and said, Sir, why may I ask you, why are you carrying a donkey on your shoulders? It will bring you misfortune. Now, the Brahmin thought that I have been given a ghost that keeps changing in a dog, a dead calf, or a donkey. Confused and scared, the Brahmin threw the goat on the ground and took to his heels. The crooks took the goat and laughed at Brahmin's stupidity. Moral: have faith in yourself, don't believe others blindly. Thank you.
My name
is Lisha Sharma. My story is the coconut. It was a very hot day. Ramu the mice was feeling very thirsty. So he decided to buy a coconut. He went to the first coconut seller and asked how much for one coconut. The coconut seller replied, 10 rupees, sir. Oh no, that's too much. I will pay you 5 rupees for this coconut. Ramu the then go to the wholesale market 2 miles away. Only there you will get a coconut for 5 rupees. Ramu thought it was a good idea. He walked to the wholesale market and told the coconut seller, I will pay you 3 rupees for this coconut. The coconut vendor said, if you want a coconut for 3 rupees, then go to the seashore 3 miles away. Where Ramu walked to the seashore, where he told the coconut seller, I will pay you a rupee for this coconut. The coconut seller said, I won't sell it for a rupee. Why don't you climb that tree and get a coconut for free? Ramu thought it was the best idea I've ever heard all day long. Wow, today is my lucky day. I will be able to quench my thirst with a free coconut. As Ramu was climbing the tree, he slipped and fell on the ground. He had to spend 10,000 rupees for his treatment for his back. All this trouble just for a free coconut. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Adijan and my story is the Three Fishes story. Once upon a time, there lived three fishes who were close friends and were living together for years in the same pond. One day, a fisherman saw that the pond was filled by fishes. He was surprised and delighted and immediately informed his friends about it. They decided to catch those fishes. One of the three fishes, who was also the wisest, heard the conversation between the fisherman and his fellows. He rushed and said, Friends, there are some fishermen trying to catch us. We have to leave this pond and move to the other place. The second fish said, Yes, you are right. Let's move quickly. The third fish mocked at them and said, This pond is our home and we must not leave our home. Since the other two fishes were unable to convince the third fish, they left and let him follow his own course of actions. The next day, the fisherman and his friends cast their nets and got plenty of fishes. They also managed to catch the third fish who refused to leave the pond, and the other two fishes who left earlier were safe. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mayank Sonigra. My story is a list of fools. One day, a horse trader came to visit King Akbar and told him, I have some fine horses for sale. The king agreed and said, I like to buy 4 horses. The man took an advance for 4,000 gold coins and said, I promise to return with horses in 2 days. That evening, Akbar saw Birbal writing on a sheet of a paper and asked, What are you writing? I am making a list of the greatest fools in the kingdom, said the Birbal. The king was astonished to see his own name on the top of the list. What is the meaning of this? He demanded. You think I am a fool? Birbal replied, any man who would give 4,000 gold coins to a stranger and expect to return is a fool. Oh, so that what is troubling you? Said the king. You think the man won't return? What if he does? In that case, said Birbal with a twinkle in his eyes, I scratch out your name and write his name there. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Arav. My story is Sail Come Poaches. One day, The mullah decided to sell his favorite possession, a donkey. He went up to the market and approached the most reputed cattle trader in town. The man bought the donkey immediately for 20 gold coins. Nasruddin knew that the donkey would be sold at the daily auction, so he decided to wait and watch what kind of owner his donkey would get. "Come on, come all," yelled the auctioneer. "We have a beautiful donkey for sale today. The bidding starts at 30 gold coins." 40, yelled someone from the crowd. 50, "I'll give you 50 for such a fine creature," said another. 50 going once, shouted the auctioneer. 50 going twice, 50 going. He was interrupted with a loud 65 gold coins. No one was willing to top the bid. "Sold the lucky gentleman for 65 gold coins," said the auctioneer, bringing his hammer down. When the crowd cleared, the buyer was none other than the matchless mullah himself. Nasruddin said, "If my donkey is so valuable, I would rather keep it for myself," said to the auctioneer, who scratched his head disbelief. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kamya Jain, and my story is from the Tales of Tenali Raman, the Fool of the Year. The Fool of the Year contest was open to all the courtiers of King Krishna Deva Raya. All the people looked forward to the event as the winner would get a handsome prize of 5,000 gold coins. But the trouble was, Tenali Raman always won the contest. One year, the other courtiers thought that he must be kept out of this and bribed his servant to lock him in his room to prevent him from reaching the palace in time for the event. Consequently, Raman reached the palace after the contest was over, and just as the name of the winner was going to be announced, seeing Raman come in, the king asked, "Why are you so late, Raman?" Raman said, "I was in need of 100 gold coins and was trying to arrange the amount. If you had participated in the contest, you might have won the prize money and your problem would have been solved," said the king. "You have behaved very foolishly." "I am a fool. You are the greatest fool I've ever seen," said the king. "That means I have won the contest." The king realized his mistake. Thus, he was too proud to acknowledge it. He declared Tenali Raman as the winner of the Fool of the Year contest. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Rivan Chaha. My story is The Hare and the Lion. Once upon a time, a lion was getting fed up of hunting. He called all the animals and passed an order. He said, "Every day one of you should come by yourself as my prey." The animals started obeying his order. It was the hare's day. The hare was very sad. While he was going to the lion's den, he crossed an old well. He looked inside it. It was very deep and dangerous. He made a plan. The lion was very angry that no animal had come that day. The hare slowly came towards the lion. The lion roared. He said, "Why are you late?" The hare humbly replied, "On my way, another lion chased me. I came by much difficulty to give my life to you, Your Majesty." The lion was pleased with the hare, but the thought of another lion made him angry. The lion said, "Do you know where he lives?" The hare humbly replied, "Yes, sir. Please come with me." The hare took the lion to the old well. The hare said, "The lion lives in this well." The lion peeped into the well.
he mistook his reflection for another lion. He roared, and there was an echo. He jumped into the well. It was the end of the lion. Moral: wisdom can win might. Thank you.
My name is Javik, and my story is the most popular profession. One day, King Akbar thought about professions and wanted to know which profession was most popular in his capital. He asked about this to his courtiers. Some said it would be trade, and others said soldiering. When it was Birbal's turn, he arose from his seat and bowed before King Akbar and said, "Your Majesty, in my opinion, it's medicine." This was surprising as there were very few physicians in the city. The physicians in the court got furious and said, "You have no clue how difficult is it to practice medicine and advise people about medical problems." Birbal said, "I can prove this to you, my majesty, if you come with me tomorrow morning." The next morning, Akbar met Birbal on major crossroad in the city. Birbal had a bandage on one of his hands. Akbar saw it and asked, "What happened?" Birbal replied, "I cut my hand by mistake while cutting some fruits for breakfast." Birbal further requested Akbar, "You will have to write down the names of all the physicians we came across." Akbar agreed and replied, "I will surely do, but first you wash that wound and put ointment on it." Then they sat at busy crossroad through all day. Birbal was a well-known personality, so anyone who passed by inquired about his injury, advised him some or other medication. When Akbar got tired, he suggested Birbal to go home. When Birbal asked for the list, he said, "Your Majesty, you forgot to write your own name on the top of the list because you were the first one to advise me you advised me about medicine. This is why I said that medicine is the most popular profession." Akbar smiled and laughed at Birbal's wonderful wit. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Krishan Panchal. My story is Nandu the Rude Boy. Nandu was a very good boy, but he was rude to his parents, teachers, and classmates, so we are no friends. He played, studied, and sat alone in school. One day, the teacher said, "No studying today. All of you go out and play." All the children played happily except Nandu. The teacher asked Nandu, "Why are you not playing?" He replied, "Nobody wants to play with me." The teacher wanted to help Nandu. She brought 2 glasses of water. "Nandu, come here. Drink water from both of the glasses." Nandu drank water from the first glass. It tasted very sweet. Then he drank water from the second glass and spat it out. "Phoo! Why did you spat the water?" said the teacher. "It's too salty," said Nandu. The teacher smiled and said, "All of us like to drink sweet water. All of us need friends. If you are sweet, people will like you. If you are rude, nobody will like you. All of us All of us don't drink water from the sea because it is too salty. Now we understood why he had no friends. He changed his behavior. Soon, he had a lot of friends. He was happy. His teacher was happy. His parents were happy too. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Arvi Gadia and my story is Meera's Happy Diwali. Once upon a time, little Meera and her father went to the Diwali market to buy crackers and sweetmeats. Meera was very excited. She said, Papa, I want 5 boxes of sparkles, 3 boxes of anars and 5 bombs. Father said, Father laughed and said, Meera, Diwali comes only once a year, so I will buy you everything you want, including lots of sweets. Meera jumped for joy. While returning home, they saw 2 huts on the pavement under the bridge. 2 little girls sat outside the hut wearing torn dresses and were hungry and sad. Meera thought to herself, I have so much. These 2 have nothing. She grabbed the parcel of crackers and sweets from her father's hand and gave them away to the 2 astonished children. Papa said, Meera, you have given away all the crackers and sweets. Now I will not buy you any more. Meera said, Never mind, Daddy. I have never felt as happy as I'm feeling now. Diwali is a festival of sharing, isn't it? Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Sarah Jain and my story is Speech Problem. Famous for his matchless wit, the Mullah was once asked to deliver a lecture to a large gathering of people. Nasruddin was not at all happy, but he agreed. He decided to wriggle out of it at the last minute. Nasruddin slowly walked up to his audience and asked, Friends, do you know what I'm going to speak about? The audience had no idea and so shook their heads. What's the point of talking? What's the point in telling people? What's the point? What's the point of talking to people they don't know? What's the point of talking to people who don't know what I'm going to talk about? Said the Mullah, walking from the stage. After a lot of persuasion, he returned and asked the same question. Friends, do you know what I'm going to speak about? Yes, yes, yelled the audience, not wanting to appear dumb. What's the point in telling people something they already know? Said the Willy Mullah, running to the exit. The organizers persuaded the Mullah to give them one last chance. Now the audience was aware of the Mullah's clever tricks. The ones who know what my speech is about can tell the ones who don't. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shanaira Kenzare. My story is The Tale of the Two Pebbles by Edward D. Bono. Many years ago, in a small Italian town, a merchant had the misfortune of owing a large sum of money to a moneylender. The old and ugly moneylender said, I will forgo your debt if I marry your daughter. Both the merchant and his daughter were horrified by his proposal. The moneylender told them, I will put a black pebble and a white pebble in an empty bag. Your daughter will pick one pebble from the bag. If she picks the black pebble, she will be my wife and your debt will be forgiven. If she picks the white pebble, she won't marry me, but your debt will still be forgiven. And if she refuses to pick a pebble, you will be thrown into the jail. They were standing on a pebble-strewn path in the merchant's garden. The moneylender picked up 2 pebbles and put them into the bag. The sharp-eyed girl noticed that the moneylender had picked 2 black pebbles and put them into the bag. He then asked her to pick a pebble. The girl put her hand into the bag and picked out a pebble and let it fall down on the path. It got lost among all the pebbles. Oh, how clumsy of me, she said. But never mind. If you look for the one which is left, you will be able to tell which pebble I picked. The intelligent girl outwitted the cunning moneylender and saved her father and herself from his trap. Moral: sometimes it is necessary to think out of the box, or in this case, to think out of the bag. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Abdullah Sheikh and my story is The Stick That Grew Shorter. This is a story of a witty landlord. One night, when all the villagers were asleep, someone swept into the landlord's room. As the person was leaving, the landlord woke up and cried out, "What's that? Who's there?" But he only saw a flash of diamonds as the person ran out. "Raman! Raju! Help! Help!" the landlord shouted. The servants searched all over the house but in vain. They informed the landlord that no one had left his house. The landlord cried out in anger, "This means the thief is one of you." The following morning, the landlord gathered all the servants and gave one stick to each of them and warned the servants, "All these magical sticks have exactly the same length. Bring them back to me tomorrow. Since these are magical sticks, the thief's stitch will have grown by an inch overnight." The next morning, the servants, that night, Raman did not sleep. He took a sharp knife and cut off an inch from the stitch. The next morning, the servants returned the stitch to the landlord. When the landlord saw Raman's stitch, he shouted, "Catch him! He is the thief!" But he only saw a flash. He told Raman how foolish he had been and the trick to catch the jilt had worked. In this way, the witty landlord caught hold of the thief and regained his diamonds. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rashida and my story is The Wolf and the Lamb. Long time ago, there lived a shepherd in a small village. In his flock, he had a cute little white lamb. One day, the little lamb felt thirsty and wandered off into the forest in search of water and got separated from his flock. He found a spring. A cunning wolf spotted him and said to himself, a juicy plump lamb. It's my lucky day." He called out, "Listen to me, little lamb. This is my spring and you have polluted it. I cannot drink this dirty water." The lamb was standing downstream and said, "Dear sir, the spring flows up from where you are standing down to where I am standing, so I cannot possibly pollute your drinking water." The wolf was not expecting such an intelligent answer. He got impatient and pounced on the poor lamb. The lamb just realized that the wolf was just looking for a pretext to kill him and quickly devised a plan to escape. He said, "Oh, mighty one, I have just eaten a lot of grass and it is not digested yet. Only physical exercise will help me digest the grass quickly. I am a very good dancer, so if you permit, I will start dancing." When the little lamb started to dance, the bell around his neck started ringing, and the sound grew louder and louder. The shepherd, who had been looking for the missing lamb, heard the sound of the bell and rushed to his rescue. When the wolf saw the shepherd, he fled for his life. This is how the intelligent little lamb saved himself from the clutches of the evil wolf. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Namaste. My name is Arna Yogesh Bhurat and my story is from the amazing tales of Birbil. Birbil shortens the journey. One early morning, Emperor Akbar and his courtiers had to go to Azabgarh for a meeting, which was situated far away, and Akbar was sweating profusely, sitting in his palanquin under the scorching heat of the sun. He was exhausted and wanted to shorten the journey. After some time, the emperor gave up and said, "I am really very tired. I cannot bear to sit in this palanquin anymore. Is there anyone who can shorten the journey for me?" All the other courtiers were dumbfounded, as there was no shortcut and they could possibly not shorten the journey. Birbil replied, "Yes, Your Royal Highness, I can." The emperor was happy and relieved and said, "All right, then do it." "Definitely, sir, but you have to listen to a story," said Birbil. The emperor and the courtiers found the story very interesting and listened to each and every sentence carefully. Finally, when Birbil finished his story, the emperor and the courtiers realized that they have already reached Azabgarh. "We have reached!" exclaimed the emperor with excitement. "Yes, we have, sir. You asked me to shorten the journey, so I did it." You were so engrossed in the story that you did not realize you have reached your destination. Akbar was very happy with Birbil's way of entertaining him and showered expensive gifts for him. Thank you.
Feel the magic in the air. Look at my all there. Feel the magic in the air. Look at my all there. Feel the magic in the
Magic system, Red One, Shawty. Comme d'habitude on est calé, comme toujours ça va aller. On te met la grâce à gogo, tous ensemble on fait le show. On t'invite à la magie, y a pas de raccourci. Oublie tes soucis, c'est bien faire la folie. On t'invite à la magie.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a round of applause. Before we disperse, we at Eloquence believe that gratitude is the attitude. So please, therefore, appreciation is key. Please join us in thanking Ms. Ayman Mehta and the entire staff at RA for the beautiful venue. Thank you, Mr. Karan Ahuja, for capturing these important milestones with lovely photos and videos. Thank you to our amazing parents who have made us who we are today and always show up to support us every time. Thank you to all our Munchkins for performing so well. Thank you to all our teachers. Maryam Miss lost her voice, Latika Miss lost her hair, and Dana Miss lost her weight. But they still love us and believe in us. Thank you to me for being such a wonderful host. And last but not least, thank you, God.
Big round of applause for all our Munchkins. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out and being here. Big round of applause to you for blessing us with such wonderful little ones who are such a joy to work with. Big round of applause for you. I always think it's very important, but my parents are here. They're very embarrassed because they get very shy, but those are my mom and dad right there. I want to thank them because they put me for an elocution class when I was in 7th grade, and I'm here today because of them. So you've made the right choice, even though you may not have gone for a class like this, but you've placed your kids in a class that trains them and develops their personality. So a big thank you to you and a big round of applause for yourself, please. Take the credit where it's due. Also, please do not forget to take your valuables from here, your children. And last but not the least, actually, second last, in case you've taken any photos and videos, we will ask you later to please add us on Instagram or Facebook, or I will put out a message requesting that you share that with us as well, besides what we've already taken. And of course, any notices that we need to put out for the following week, don't worry, we are very punctual. We'll have it done by the end of day. And of course, love you, leave you, and class dismissed. Thank you.